Mike Owens with Inside Fighting, joined today by Jairzinho Rozenstruik, who headlines Dirty Boxing Championships 2 in Miami, Florida next Saturday. Jairzinho, great to sit down and chat for the first time. How are your emotions ahead of your next fight?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm ready to go next week, next weekend. So I think it's gonna be exciting.
You've only fought in MMA. I think I'm right in saying you've only fought in MMA since 2017. So the best part of the last 10 years have been under the MMA rule set. Are you excited to fight under a slightly modified fighting rule set for DBX?
Oh, I'm definitely excited, especially it is different, and I think the rules are not too not too much away from MMA. Especially it has ground and pound, so I think that makes it exciting too.
What can you describe the rules to me as best you understand them, so the fans are aware of
Oh,
what they can expect?
for me it's boxing with elbows, and if you knock your opponent down, you can keep ground and pound until the fight's over. Yeah, I think that's it. Like the most part of it for me.
So,
Other than that, there will be no kicking. So yeah.
so I mean, I suppose for a guy like you with such a long story kickboxing background and then now a storied MMA career, I would assume that it would kind of fit your style. The only difficulty being is that you can't throw any of your kicks, which you're obviously known for as well.
Oh, sorry. Jeez, what happened here? Okay, yeah.
Little bit of a technical difficulty there, but we were talking about how your style and your kickboxing and MMA background translates to the dirty boxing rule set.
I don't think it would be any difficult, especially it has ground and pound as I mentioned before. It's not too much away from MMA, so I think I'm a big puncher as well. So it's one of my biggest power. So I think that will help me go to the rounds as well.
A lot of your attacks, from what I've seen, do come off like you use leg kicks quite a lot to set up attacks, whether it be in combination. Do you think you're going to have difficulty pulling those shots and not throwing those kicks, as it's not under the rule set?
I don't think so. We have to wait till next weekend.
Mm.
It's gonna be different. It's a different opponent. It's a different rule. What I don't think is gonna affect me that much. But it's just I see it as a situation. Soon as the fight start, you see where the fight's going. I feel my opponent a little bit, and then when you can go off or not, or you should set something up a different way. But I'm excited. I'm excited to do this, and can't wait to this become my new home.
How similar or different has this training camp been to a normal MMA training camp? What have been the changes you've had to make as you get ready?
To be honest, I kind of train similar to MMA, focusing on my body, my body movement in boxing ways. But uh, I keep doing my wrestling, my kicking. So that's more for my body to be ready for what's coming. But other than that, the setups, the technical movements, that's most of the changes we made.
I imagine when you left the UFC earlier this year, there was a lot of potential suitors and a lot of potential promotions or organizations that you could have fought for next. What made you sign with Dirty Boxing?
It was more like did I want to rush in there real quick? No, I didn't have that. And then when I felt like I want to do something again, I reached out to the management like, hey, I'm ready to go back to work. I want to feel something because being out of the game of such a high level, I felt like I missed something in my life. So I needed to do something after anything happened. So the first thing that comes across my mind is like, hey, it doesn't matter what it is. Let me go in there and fight. That's what I like to do, and that should be fun. And then anything that come after that, I'm okay with it. Or see what the best is where we fit in. So I choose to do the dirty boxing. Especially my management has a big part of it, or they have a big say in it. And I'm thinking it's good to start with dirty boxing. Yeah.
What was the kind of plan once your UFC run ended and you went into the next phase of your career? Did you just let your management take care of that? Like, how did you process that as you got ready for the next move?
I mean, I let my management take care of that, and the other way I handled it is I'm always a guy like I'm calm. I'm not rushed to get anything out of there. I was calm. Do what I have to do on the side. I have a food truck business too, so I was focusing on that. That keep my mind a little bit off of the all the stress that was going on that time. And soon as I mentioned, soon as I felt like I want to do something again with fighting, I reached out and yeah, and then we got to the dirty boxing.
You had a very long and illustrious career in the UFC. I remember many years ago watching your staying up till 4 or 5 a.m. over here in the UK and watching your
Hey,
last couple of second knockout over Alistair Overeem in, I
yeah.
believe, was Washington, D.C. I think that was. How have you reflected on your UFC career now? Now you're in a different stage.
I'm gonna say I had a good run.
Mm.
I'm honored to be that I was a part of the UFC. Is the biggest promotion in combat sport for me and the fastest growing sport in the world in combat sport. So I'm honored that I was a part of it and the history that I have with them. I hope that lives long and that people can always enjoy the moment. So yeah, I feel good about it. Nothing bad. I feel really appreciated, and I'm honored to represent my country on such a high level, and to be the first fighter that compete in the UFC. I hope in the future there will be more fighters of the Suriname in the UFC. So I'm rooting for that. Yeah, so I'm honored.
What's your favorite memory that comes to mind from your UFC run?
I think my first fight,
Mm.
when I really get to where I flew to Brazil. It was in Fortaleza and see the treatment, see how everything was going through. I've been fighting more than 20 years and all over the world. And what the UFC is doing, the way they treat their fighters when you arrive is the best I ever seen uh, of everything I did with any other promotion. So I feel like I feel appreciated and I like the way they treat their fighters. The promotion is big. Even the UFC staff, even better, the UFC staff, the street staff, they always try to make your life easier when you're in fight week. So those things, that's one of the best memories I had beside the fighting.
Was there ever a conversation about you resigning with the UFC, or was that not an offer that was presented?
Uh, I think that there could be an offer,
Hmm.
but I wasn't. Um, how should I put this? I'm not jumping for that because I work hard to bring my name up. I was in the top 10. So resigning with the UFC, where will you put me? Where will you put my payment? I would not go for less that I build up. So then you're
Hmm.
gonna put me back all the way back down just to compete because I'm a UFC fighter. No, if I'm gonna compete for the UFC ever again, then I should be competing with the best. And if that's not it, I would not accept to be fighting anybody just no, because if I'm fighting, I want to fight for something. I want to become something. I want to grow at something. And I think every fighter should think like
Hmm.
that. It should not always be about the money. It should be about competing on the highest level and wanted to win something. So that was my main goal. What I accomplished, my time with the UFC, I appreciate that. And my competing level is high. So I always hard to myself and I wanted to push forward at anything I do, especially with fighting.
So, as you move into this next stage of your career, what are the goals left for you in combat sports? What are the things you still want to accomplish?
It's a new, I'm fighting dirty boxing right now. It's a
Mm.
new promotion. My first fight is gonna be next week Saturday. Um, yeah, I want to become champion if I'm doing this. If I'm not doing this, and I think I want to go back to MMA at some point, at least one or two fights, because that excites me. But for now, I'm signing with Dirty Boxing, and then we go for the championship. Fighting this first fight, and then we see what's coming next.
I've been asking a lot of fighters I've been speaking to recently if you could give me one word to describe the kind of mood or the vibe of this training camp, what would it be for you?
It's always competitive. I mean, you're working towards your goal. You're working on what you want to do in the fight. So the vibe is always want to win, pushing forward. You know, if any difficulties, handle it right after practice, and then go forward. Only for that 5 rounds of 3 minutes to win. Yeah.
I love it. Before we finish, before I ask you for a prediction for your fight, I want to get your thoughts as a guy who spent so many years in the UFC at the top level on the conversation around Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall, the fight that everybody wants to see, but for some reason we don't seem to be getting it right now. Do you think this fight happens? And if so, what do you feel like the reasons are for the hold up?
I feel like it's not happening. I feel like it's too much talking around that fight. And if it should be happening, there it should be happening already. The feeling I have is not happening, and yeah. And the other part is like Jon Jones. He's been a champion for so many years in the UFC, and he doesn't need it.
Hmm.
So if it happens, I feel like he already is the best of the best. What he showed down there in the UFC. So I don't think he needs it. And if he's doing it, I'm excited to see it. But I don't think it's happening.
Last question from me. Thank you so much for the time. As you visualize the 14th of June next Saturday, as you make your dirty boxing debut, talk me through what a perfect day looks like from morning to night.
Oh, for me, a perfect day. I wake up in the morning, do my breakfast, relax, go back to sleep, just keep the body really rest, and then like in the afternoon, break a sweat, and that's it. That's it. I think I don't I don't need to. I'm not gonna do any lunch or yeah any lunch after the fight. I'll eat, but most of the time that's it. Like I do a big breakfast, break a sweat in the afternoon, and then just relax, wait for the time. It's always like fight day. It's always a lot of things going through your mind. You visualize the fight more than 1,000 times before the moment. So perfect day, and then after going there, the perfect thing is knock him out in the first round, and then we go from there. That's the perfect thing. If the fight go longer than that, it's always good. But knocking someone out in the first round, that is always like breathe it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Jairzinho, thank you so much for your time. Have a great and safe rest of camp, and best of luck for the next fight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful day.